So in 1914, I think it was, Tiffany was exhibiting at the Paris Salon. And at that time, he owned all three. And he was going to exhibit one. Well, the one he exhibited at the Paris Salon turns out to be the one I have.
The glass that Louis Comfort Tiffany and his studios produced in the late 19th and early 20th centuries is called Favrile glass, which was a term that he coined specifically for these one-of-a-kind vases that were produced in his studios. The great masters of the Renaissance forward worked in kind of workshops where sometimes in a great Renaissance painting, what you're looking at actually can be ascribed to the hands of several people, many of whom remain unnamed. The great thing about Tiffany and his production is that we actually do know the names of many of the people that worked in his workshops. So in this case, in the case of the Aquamarine Favrile glass vases, we have the name of one guy, Arthur Sanders. Arthur Sanders was a gaffer at Tiffany Studios, and in July of 1913, he traveled to Bermuda to travel around in a glass-bottom boat. Tiffany Studios sent this guy out to be inspired by looking into the depths of the water. And he came back and developed this what was really an innovative and experimental way of manipulating glass to try and achieve the effects of refracted light and atmosphere that you get when you look into the water. The glassmakers had to manipulate individual pieces of colored glass in a technique called flame working. And once those pieces of glass were manipulated, they were then encased in this larger greenish glass, and which created a solid mass of glass, different types of glass too, that when they go through the cooling process can break or fracture. The aquamarine vase that's on display in the exhibition is among the rarest of all Tiffany vases, partly because the technical process to produce them was so fraught and so innovative that there are only so many still in existence. And you get this beautiful greenish hue that suffuses the atmosphere, these individual orange fish that seem to flit and travel among the branches of seaweed. It's really a marvelous thing to look at.
I have several other aquamarines, but they're good, but that one is great. It's just one of three that exists. Again, I'm bragging, mine is a little taller, it has an extra goldfish, and the base doesn't have to have a piece of glass added to the vase to make it even. It was, when they built it just right.
This collection of Favrile glass vases shows an eye at work. So someone who has looked across the field of what's available out there in the world with respect to Tiffany vases and chosen only the best examples. And Stan has shared with me his approach to collecting, which is he has one in his collection. If he sees a better one out in the world, he will go and get the better example and then sell the lesser example, which means that collected here in the gallery are the prime examples of many strains of Tiffany's glassmaking practice.